New York still calls itself the Empire State, but the name can't disguise its decline and coming fall. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. New York was once the mightiest, most populous state in the Union. Not anymore. While still possessing real assets such as Wall Street, the slew of tech startups, and some impressive restaurants in the Big Apple, New York is becoming proportionally a shadow of its former self. People are fleeing to more hospitable climes, most notably Florida. No wonder. The state's new budget and regulatory actions show a political class becoming increasingly locked in a fantasy world that could send the state into bankruptcy. The next time we have a serious economic downturn, New York's not going to be in good shape to weather it. Amazingly, with a population smaller than Florida's, the Empire State's spending is twice that of the outlays of the Sunshine State. For the next fiscal year, New York is slated to spend $229 billion. Florida, $117 billion. Like the federal government, Albany's spending is burgeoning, up 32% in the past 4 years. The new budget uses unrepeatable one-shots, like unspent COVID relief cash. Outlays for schools go up almost $3 billion, despite miserable performance results. The enormous demand for far greater numbers of charter schools by parents wanting their kids to get a real education is ignored. Future revenue shortfalls are projected to run into the tens of billions of dollars in future years. The budget, approved by the hapless Governor Kathy Hochul, sharply boosts subsidies for the film and TV industry. Despite being a high-tax state, the new budget raises levies on beleaguered businesses to help fund New York City's ineptly managed public transportation system, which is being battered by bloated pensions and low ridership. While neighboring Pennsylvania has raked in billions of dollars of revenue from fracking, New York keeps a ban on that activity to appease extreme environmentalists. The Empire State's environmental foolery doesn't stop there. Ignoring real-world science, the new budget is banning gas stoves and heating in all new buildings by 2029. 70% of the state's electricity must come from renewables by 2030. Today, only 6% comes from wind and solar. By 2035, all new cars must be electric. The fact that most motorists don't want EVs is brushed aside. Where will all that extra electricity come from for these fact-free mandates? Don't ask. Reforming the state's bail system that routinely lets violent criminals back on the streets shortly after their arrest was hardly changed. Of course, New York's holiday from reality is not unique. California, for instance, routinely suffers water shortages, yet flushes about half of its annual rainfall into the Pacific Ocean. What's destructively going on in New York and other blue states makes the 2024 election critical. Which way will the nation go? That of New York or vibrant, low-tax, sanely run states like Florida and Texas? I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.